It's official. Here is why I am leaving California. And I'm talking about for real, all right? Now, I've been talking about the great migration, how it's reshaping our country and even the world right before our very eyes. And in countless videos, I've been, getting lots of comments asking, why am I sticking out in Southern California? So today, I am announcing to you first, right now, that I'm leaving California. That's right, for real. And in this video, I'm going to explain why I'm leaving, what criteria I look at when I was looking at places that I should go, how my take-home income will increase by 120%, and of course, I'm going to tell you where I'm going, why I chose this spot, and how you could do the same thing if you want a better life and, of course, more money in your pocket. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mark Moss, and I focus on the money because it's at the root of all our problems. And the more we have, the more options in life we get. Like exactly what I'm talking about today, which is why I focus on having options for a better quality of life. Now, it's important. And if you like these topics and you want to help me get more people to learn and wake up to this, just take one quick second, click that like button right now so more people see it. And if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button as well. All right, so today I am breaking really big news to you first, and that is that I am leaving California. This is not a gimmick video, it's for real. I'm finally doing it. Now, I've said over and over and over that we have to go where we're treated best. All right. And as a matter of fact, my investing rule for the last dozen years or so has been a simple concept that money goes where it's treated best. And so if I've lived off that investing philosophy and I say that we have to go where we're treated best, then it's time for me to do what I say. I can't just talk about it. And so we need to do that. And there's a couple ways that we can do this. One, obviously we can vote. We can vote with our money, where we decide to spend our money, and we can vote with our feet. We can literally get up and leave and go somewhere else. And so that's what I'm doing. Now I'm going to tell you why that is, but real quick, if you want to follow along with this move as we go to this new location, wait till you find out where we're going, as we get set up, and all these things. If you want to see some of that behind the scenes content, follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to me on Instagram. You'll find the link in the description. And I'll be documenting all this stuff. It should be pretty fun. All right. Now, also one other quick thing real fast. If you don't make it to the end of the video, just a real quick note. I am doing this to start 2021 right. I'm moving January 1st to start the year right for the rest of my life. And I advise you to start the new year right for you as well. So I'm going to hold a special New Year's event a couple days after New Year's because I need to get settled in my new place. And I am going to help you start the year off right. Make sure your investments are prepared for whatever 2021 brings, so you can start the year off right. The best year for the rest of your life. I'm going to teach you how to protect against things like this great reset that's happening. And you can find all of that. There's a link in the description of this video, and I hope to see you there. All right, so let's go. Jumping right back into this. Why am I leaving California? Now, like I said, I've done lots of videos about this great migration. Mainly people are fleeing New York and they're fleeing California. They're fleeing major cities everywhere, but New York and California are having mass exodus of people, and all those people are choosing to go where they are treated best. Now, best to you is different than best to me. Everyone's best is different, but typically they're going to somewhere that's more open, more free, cheaper. Maybe they have no taxes, things like that. Maybe they have sunshine 365 days a year. And so they're going to where they go best. Now in New York City, I've reported several times that people are fleeing in mass so much that New York, the state of New York, is losing so much tax revenue that they're kind of starting to panic. Already, they have massive deficits. In California, I think our deficit's like $56 billion. And so as these rich people leave and take their tax revenue with them, creates a serious problem. So there's two ways that a state could handle this. One, they could go, well, we put these policies in place and it drove a lot of people away. So we could reverse those policies. But of course, that's not what they do. What they do is they make them even worse. They're like, well, we raised taxes and all the rich people left and now we have less tax revenue. So we have to raise taxes again. And then more rich people and businesses leave. So now they have less revenue. So what do? They raise taxes again. And so they go into this somewhat death spiral. Now, California, it's a pretty rad place. That's why it's been so hard for me to want to leave. It's an awesome state. If the state was a country, it'd be the 5th largest economy in the world. Of course, we have Silicon Valley, Facebook, Netflix, Google, Twitter, all that. There's tons of revenue coming from there. We have Hollywood, all the movies. We have a massive agricultural base. So there's a lot going on. But California's been in a death spiral. It's in a bad death spiral. Like I said, they have about a $56 billion deficit. That's how much short they are. I think over like $1 trillion of liabilities that they owe. they're basically bankrupt, right? On top of that, people are leaving in mass. We've seen Silicon Valley basically moving out. We've seen Facebook and Twitter and Google tell their employees, you don't ever have to come back to work. You can work remotely forever. So they're leaving. We've seen Elon Musk and Tesla are gone. They've left California. And just recently, Oracle announced that they're also leaving Silicon Valley. They're like the last large company left in California. So on top of Silicon Valley moving out, Hollywood's been moving out. Movie stars are moving out. And even the movies are being made outside of California. As a matter of fact, today, Hollywood is only ranked 4th in the places that movies are made. So California is continuing to lose. We had about 700,000 people left the state in 2018. Celebrities like Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, Elon Musk, Kanye, Kim West, Matthew McConaughey, Justin Timberlake, and more are all leaving as fast as they can. So what have I been waiting for? Why have I been staying? Well, like I said, it's a pretty rad place. There's probably nowhere in the world that fits my lifestyle like Southern California. I can go surf. I can go up to the mountains and go snowboarding. I'm an hour from Mexico. I have the deserts. I have everything right here. And of course, my family, my parents, my sisters, my nieces, nephews, my wife's family, her parents, her sisters, nieces, everything's right here. We probably have the best weather in the world. There's no bugs. That's a pretty big deal. But at what cost? At what cost is it worth all that? That's the question. And we finally got to that point where we had to make that decision. Now, in California, we have the 3rd highest cost of living behind Hawaii and DC. We have the highest gas prices. We have the highest housing index. And of course, the highest taxes. Now, the highest taxes, and not just by a little bit higher, I'm talking about way higher. And there's several different types of taxes. So we have sales tax. We have the highest sales tax, and depending on where you're at in what county, up to 10.25%. We have all kinds of extra taxes known as excise taxes. So extra taxes on gas, extra taxes on cigarettes, extra taxes on like fruit stands, things like that. We have property taxes. Now, property taxes aren't as bad as some other states, but we have the highest property values. So in actual dollars, it's a big number because, like I said, the property values are so high. But then the income taxes. The income taxes, for me, were the straw that broke the camel's back. In California, we pay state income taxes. There's 7 states in the nation that don't pay any income taxes, but in California we do, and that's 13.3%. 13% just to live in the state. On top of that, capital gains taxes are based off investment income. I've been a full-time investor for a long time, so a lot of my income comes that way. And in California, they don't give you a special tax rate for that. It's taxed just as ordinary income. Now, on top of that, in 2018, they changed the federal tax law to where I can't even write off my state taxes anymore. And then if that's not bad enough, they say by next year, they're raising the tax rates again up to 16.8%, almost 17% of my income just to stay in California. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, 17% just to live in the state, I kind of have an objection over what the taxes are being spent on, where the money's going. It's going to waste, it's going to fraud and all these things. Now, I'm not going to dive into all that, but a real good example is the video I just did on stimulus, and you saw where the government was sending that money, $10 million to Pakistan for gender studies, for example. And so based off of all that, it's just started to lose its appeal. Not to mention that we're locked down. We can't go out anywhere. I can't go to restaurants. There's no school. My kids can't go to school. There's no sporting events. There's no dances. There's no nothing for them. So we decided it's time to go. So how did I decide where I would go? So I have a couple options. One, I could leave the state. I could go to another state that doesn't have state income taxes. So I could go next door to Nevada, something like that, and I'd save those state taxes. I could leave the country. I could go to a different country. But the U.S. has a law that no matter where I live for the rest of my life, I have to pay federal income taxes. So that's kind of a problem as well. Now, the thing for me, especially being in California, is I'm a surfer and I live right on the beach. My house is 3 houses off the beach right here. And so I don't want to move to another state like Nevada. I want the beach, right? And if I move to another state, I don't really know anybody anyway. So what's the point? So I found the perfect exclusion. Are you ready for this? Where we are going is Puerto Rico. Now, why Puerto Rico? Now, Puerto Rico is an island in the Caribbean. It's also a territory of the United States. It's not part of the United States, but it is a territory of the United States. Now, in 2010, they ran into some serious economic issues. They had about $125 billion of defaults on bonds and pensions. Their unemployment was 17%. kind of like what California and New York are facing. And, what California and New York are doing are following the oppressive playbook, right? They're doubling down, squeezing the remaining residents even harder, but not Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico got creative. Instead, what they did is they created incentives to bring more businesses there. So they created Article 2022. It's now called Article 60. And basically, if I go there and start a business, I pay total tax of 4% on my income, and on my cap gains on my investment income, I pay 0. So I go from paying, about 60%, or I should say keeping $40 of every 100 to only paying 4% and keeping 96 out of 100. So it's pretty good. It's pretty easy too. All I had to do was file some paperwork to start the business and go over there. Now, like I said, we're going January 1st, which is all of a sudden we basically decided just a couple of weeks ago. And so we're making these moves really, really fast. And like I said, if you want to follow along, follow me on Instagram. Now, we just got a 30-day rental, so we can go over there, get to know the area. I'll be documenting all that and then try to find a more permanent home. Of course, California is where our family is. All our relatives are here. And so we'll be coming back to visit quite often, but we're gone. Now, taking a big move like this is scary. And a lot of people wonder how I can do something like this. Well, if you've been following for any time, you know that I'm a risk taker. So I have that. But nothing is irreversible. Nothing's irreversible. If we go there and we absolutely hate it, we come home. We're out the money for the legal paperwork. We're out the money for the move, for the trip and things like that. But so what? We can just come right back. We're not losing anything. Everybody's still going to be here doing the exact same thing. But think about the experiences that we'll get along the way, the culture that we'll learn, the family bonding that will happen, and all those things. So we're going for it. We're doing it January 1st. All the new videos from that point are going to be in my new office. So you may not be seeing this background anymore. All right. Now, like I said, if you want to know more and how the move's going, look at the house, look at the beaches, things like that, leave me or follow me on Instagram so you can see all that. All right. Now, like I said, just one more reminder. I'm doing this January 1st to start 2021 right, and you should be starting 2021 right the same way. So I'm hosting a live event that first week when I get into my new house, and I'm going to help you figure out how to set up your investments to start 2021 the right way, protect against the Great Reset, all those things. There's a link in the description to join that for free, and that's what I got. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Am I absolutely nuts for leaving California to go to Puerto Rico? Yes or no? Let me know what you think. Of course, as always, give me a thumbs up on this video if you like it. And if you don't like the video, I don't know why, but leave me a comment and let me know either way. All right. It's going to be a journey. Hopefully you're going to be along for the ride. I'll show you what it's like. And maybe it'll give you enough courage to do something like that yourself. All right. That's what I got for you today. To your success. I'm out.